Israel-Palestine war is now entering into the 10th day. There's a ground assault now expected on the Gaza Strip and appears imminent. Israeli defense forces are mobilizing tanks, artillery near the Gaza border. IDF has said that the troops have arrested 360 wanted suspected terrorists, and these are across the West Bank included, and those affiliated with Hamas since the war began. The Israel Defense Forces have seized large cache of weapons, including assault rifles, bullets and magazines. Speaking to the troops, Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant has said that Israel will not sit quietly as Hamas has been killing or kidnapping civilians, including women and children. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday vowed to crush Hamas in Gaza. Prime Minister's remarks came during the first cabinet meeting of the united government that was recently formed. Prime Minister Netanyahu also met with families of those who are missing and have been held captive for 10 days now, including children. I'm now going across to Tel Aviv directly because India Today's Rajesh Pawar is joining me right now from that location. In Tel Aviv, Rajesh, while you were covering at one point the Russia-Ukraine war, now in Israel, there's another war that's looming large and now from different borders. What is the situation looking like in Tel Aviv? Do you hear sirens around you? What is Tel Aviv's strategy?
Listen, Pooja, I'm right now here in center of Tel Aviv, and I've spoken to some people, including in the military. In Tel Aviv, if you go around the daytime, if you talk to people here in the daytime, things look quite normal. There are no sirens as such as of now, no air raid sirens here, unlike in Kyiv or in Ukraine when the war was about to start. But at night, if you go around the city, it's totally deserted. When I was talking to someone here, he said it's something like COVID times. Nobody's out during time in this city. And people have been talking about an imminent ground offensive in Gaza. But my feeling is, and what I've gathered from people, including from people in the military, that probably it will take some more time. Because you see, Gaza has been turned into a kind of trap for the Israeli ground forces. They have taken clues from previous wars, like in Vietnam, what Viet Cong did.
Okay.
What the Israeli military is saying, that Gaza is has as much of these people, Hamas, on the ground as they have them underground. They say there's a metro inside Gaza, everywhere underground. By metro, they mean tunnels. And these tunnels have been fortified. They have stored a lot of ammunition, a lot of other equipment there, so that in case a ground offensive is launched by the Israeli ground forces, Israeli infantry, then they are going to suffer very heavy casualties. Israel understands this.
Can we say, Rajesh, that is one reason that the ground assault is getting delayed for a while, because also the civilians are not being allowed to be evacuated. It appears, according to Israel as well, that the Hamas leaders do not want the Palestinians to move to other locations.
Look, Pooja, I think the strategy is that first they will bomb northern Gaza to rubble. They will flatten it out totally because they want every civilian to move out. Once they have done that, after that only the ground offensive can begin. And even that, it will take time. As everybody's saying, even in international media, that is imminent. Ground offensive will take a time, I think, maybe a few days before it starts. And there is a kind of apprehension that probably if Israel rushes this ground operation, they're going to suffer very heavy casualties. And that is the reason I feel ground offensive is not imminent, and it's going to take time before Israeli ground forces actually move into Gaza. And my feeling is the offensive will start from north of Gaza.
Rajesh, if possible, and only it's convenient for you, like you were mentioning that this appears in many ways that you don't see civilians around you, as Tel Aviv otherwise has been such a busy city.
I just heard an explosion. I think this is a rocket attack, but I don't see anything, but there was a big explosion just now.
We also heard it. We heard it, Rajesh. We heard it. Okay.
So,
possibly, can you show us around?
Tel Aviv now.
Rajesh, if possible, I just want to understand that even a city busy like Tel Aviv, looking like there are barely any people there on the roads. Only if possible, convenient to you.
Yeah, this is center of Tel Aviv, Pooja. And if you see, it's not. This is place which is crowded with tourists in these times. It's nice weather now. And there are few cars you see, but you do not see like tourists or many civilian people here everywhere. It's more like very few people going about their essential duties. But daytime, it is not so bad. But after 8 or 9 in the evening, the city is totally deserted, including the center of Tel Aviv. Pooja.
Rajesh, what happens, for the benefit of our viewer, for their understanding, when a siren is heard? What are you supposed to do? Are there shelters nearby, safe houses that you can rush to in case that's required?
Pooja, moment you enter into Israel, on any airport, any bus station, you see signs of shelter everywhere. Rather than showing the route or places where to go, they have arrows pointing towards shelters. You check in into any hotel, they'll tell you first thing where the shelter is. Everybody in every locality, every community has these shelters or underground bunkers which they are supposed to go moment they hear an air raid siren. But you just heard a loud explosion, and this is center of Tel Aviv, but there were no sirens, and people are going about their normal job in a very normal way. I see no panic around here when we heard this explosion. Pooja.
This has become normal for Israel and also as much for Gaza, the manner in which explosions happen, and it's considered not a big deal. That reflects on the situation. Rajesh, keep covering the latest, and I'll be coming back to you. Our viewers may have recognized Rajesh from having covered the Russia-Ukraine war a few months ago. He's now in Israel, in Tel Aviv, to get us the latest. Thank you very much for now, Rajesh Pawar.